Welcome to Kumba Software's DPAA tutorials. This tutorial is about how to search and replace file content on your appliances using the DataPower Administrator's Assistant. So be sure to set your video playback to high definition, and though some visual details of DPAA may have changed since this video was created, functionality will be the same. So to get started, I've started DPAA. I have a couple of appliances selected. I have a domain selected. I have a number of directories selected because I own the Files tab. The Files tab here. And I'm on the Manage Files subtab here. And I've selected a number of directories. I've searched for all XSLT files containing DP priority debug. So all of these files had this text. I did this by turning on the checkbox and changing and entering this expression before searching. What I want to do is I want to change debug to info. So we will select a number of files. Now, I'm not limited to selecting the same file, but it's easier in the tutorial to understand how this works. Yet we only work on one kind of file at a time. But you can search and replace as many as you would like at once, and we will demonstrate that in a moment. To perform the search and replace operation, once I've selected my files, I'm going to right mouse click, and I could use the hamburger, but I'm going to then select Search and Replace. We get a window where we can enter our search and replace expressions. We could enter more than one. So if I wanted to add more rows to this table, I could add or I could delete rows from this table. In this case, I'm just going to change the word debug with info. And then I'm going to select Next. What DPAA is doing is it is showing me the list of files that I have selected. And if I select one, you can see it shows kind of before and after version of that file. So if I scroll down a little bit, you can see here, DP priority, debug. And here, it says DP priority info. And the same is going to be true of the other files. Now, because these files are identical, it appears I'm not changing what I'm selecting here, but I am. I'm seeing the preview of the different files. In fact, if I scroll these back up and then select another, you can kind of start to see the changes. Because they're identical, that's a difficult thing to demonstrate, but you are seeing the before and after. To complete the operation, I'm going to select Finish. DPAA has now gone out, made the changes, and then uploaded the changed files over the existing files. Now, to prove this works, I'm going to search again. And then we can see that the copy header file no longer is present because I'm still searching or DP priority equal debug. And that tips no longer exists within that file. Now, for this demonstration, there might be an unfortunate side effect in that we might have just replaced the word debug with info, which may not be what exactly we wanted to happen. So in order to ensure that we're going to search and replace exactly the text we want, we're going to do it a little bit different way. So I'm going to select different files this time as a demonstration. I'm going to use the hamburger menu, and I'm going to select Search and Replace. It's the same menu as if you right mouse clicked. It's just from the hamburger, whichever you prefer. The DPAA will keep the last set of expressions you have entered into the tool or the given DPAA session. Had I closed the application and reopened it, it would have presented me with a new blank row as it did before. But this now is the last entry I entered, and the purpose of which is if you want to do search and replace operations on many files at once, not at once, but in controlled sets, you won't have to rename or replace or re-enter the expressions over and over again. In this example, I want to show that what we really want to do is to ensure we replace only what we want to, and not just replace the word debug with info, because if we do, we might have some unexpected side effects. Say a variable name or some other text contained the letters debug, and they were inadvertently replaced with info. So in order to achieve this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the whole text, and then I'm going to wrap it with a capturing expression around the DP priority and the equal sign. Over on the right, I can now type $1, and then I can put a quotation mark, another quotation mark. And now this capturing expression is represented by number 1, the $1 here. And now I'm going to replace exactly what I want to. I'm going to select Next. And we can go back to the preview here. And if I select, say, this file here, you can see some DP priorities written here. And now they say DP priority debug and DP priority info. So it's taking the text it found within the capturing expression and putting it here, followed by the replace I've info with debug in every one of these cases. So now I can select Finish. Then DPAA again has gone about the process of searching and replacing these files. Now let's pay attention. We have some set header files we did not select, but we did all the set dynamic backend. If I search now for files containing DP priority debug, I should not see the set files, and I should only see 4 of the set header. And that is done. That's how you do a search and replace of files within DPAA. If you like what you see, go around to www.kumba.com, go to the Features and Pictorials page, and look at any number of the 100 or so videos we have or tutorials of using this tool. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.